So yeah, I picked up the manga, guys. I was tired of being spoiled. I practically knew what was happening anyway, even though I didn't read it. That's how much of a spoiler it was. So onto this chapter review. So we start off from last week's standpoint, the ending point where Doflamingo traps Law and Luffy in that little quote-unquote shortcut cave, where it was like, obviously it was a trap. So it was proven this week that that prick Kelly Funk was like, he set them up basically. He randomly thought of VAR. I found a shortcut randomly. Obviously Luffy's a retard and Law's off the shits right now, so obviously he couldn't really figure out what's going on there. Then he just ran into it with UC. It was a trap. Obviously Doflamingo is like, oh, Luffy being the guy he was, he didn't even think before his actions. I think he forgot that he was in water. Like, raw, he attacked Doflamingo straight away. Think of a pistol punch or just a regular punch. It just got stopped. He slapped Uzi with just pulled him fire. Basically, he's making them drown in the water. So obviously, it is making them weaker. So obviously Luffy and Law, they were practically in a fucked situation. If Doflamingo wanted to, he could have just slaughtered them. Now Luffy was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he was like, I'm here to save you. He put the quotation marks there. I don't know what that is about. Obviously Doflamingo's taunting Law, saying, I thought you were more smarter than this, more crafty. Like back in the days, you used to be like, you used to be just like me. You had the determination to destroy in your eyes. And he was like, Law was like, fuck you, all of this shit. I don't want to be like you. I've been saved already. Doflamingo's like, what, by my brother? He was even taking shots at Luffy like, why did you choose this fucking pathetic weakling? You thought you were smarter than this and all of that. It was just funny shit. Obviously it was a clone, because everyone was thinking, why the fuck would Doflamingo come from his palace to where Law and Luffy is to attack them? These miners, they're miners to him. He still has his fucking generals about, his lieutenants, and that basically, like, why would he do it? So it's proven that like it was a clone. Basically it was a clone. And then you can see Jet and Jeet, or however you say it, and Abdullah come slice the clone, thinking, oh, they've done damage. Bitch, you need some sort of haki to hit Doflamingo. Come on, you think a spike that's not even haki? I don't know if Doflamingo's string classifies as a low gear, but obviously if you cut him without haki, I think he can just stitch himself up with his string powers. So obviously I knew out of all the people, Cheat and Abdullah will not be the guys to take out Doflamingo. So obviously they're the ones who came in and said, wow, Kelly Funk like betrayed them, all of that shit. But before they knew it, Doflamingo destroyed Kelly Funk, and Luffy was like, so Luffy clocked them, so he actually came to save us. I don't know what the fuck Doflamingo is on. He's just fucking up people left and right. Even the people that's trying to help him, he still came and fucked this shit up. I don't know what his game is. All I know is that he's a weirdo. That's all I know. He is a weirdo. So obviously Luffy made it a shortcut. By force, he made it a shortcut. So obviously it wasn't a shortcut to begin with, it was a trap. But he used his elephant gun, punched through the roof, through the floor of the second level, and jumped over. And obviously he's shouting his bullshit, spouting his crap about, oh, Doflamingo come to kick your ass. If you can't even handle his puppet, how the fuck are you gonna fuck up Doflamingo? At this rate, you're just looking to get your ass bopped. And like, Law's shackles are still on, even if it was off. He's already in a beatdown situation. So how the fuck is this, like, how are you even gonna do all of this shit? And on the first level, obviously Krios has arrived on the first level. And hold on, I think they're even on the first level that Luffy and that bust through. Yeah, I think it was the first level. You can see the generals are like, oh, Luffy's not even here yet. Obviously the weaklings can't handle the Colosseum crew. All you see is elephant gun punch through the floor, jumps over. It's just peak. Obviously Cavendish spouting his bullshit, saying, Luffy, get the fuck out of here, you're wasting time. He has a plan. Cavendish having a plan. I have no idea what the fuck that is going to be. But anyway, we go into the rooftops where Leo is spouting his bullshit to Bartolomeo's group about how the Air Force cannot like make you fly because you're too big, trying to call them fat fuckers. Like they can't fly with your weight size. But obviously he says, and then at the end of the day he says they can fly, and it was just so puzzling. I was like, fucking get your words right, bitch, make up your mind, can they fly or not? So obviously they can't fly, but they can basically levitate, make you jump from rooftop to rooftop. So it's basically explaining that when you land on the roof, take a jump and they can levitate you to the next roof, but they're not. So basically like a balloon type of ship. We also got to see a bit of Zoro versus Pico. It wasn't even like a fight, it was just them clashing swords and Zoro putting that sinister smile on his face. And the funny bit is when one of the Tontato was telling Frankie that, wow, we have an idea how to open the doors, and Frankie was like, are you sure? And the next thing you see is a suplex from Senior Pink. That was some funny shit. He's trying to talk and he's just getting German suplex like some Kurt Angle shit. Man's just giving him multiple German suplex, and then you just get a bit of all the little fights that's happening here and there. There's Sabo and Fujitoro, which we never got to see this week. I was fucking hyped to see all of that shit from last week. The title said Sabo versus Fujitoro from last week, but we didn't get that. Instead we just got a massacre with Sabo and Bastille. So and then when I see this picture, I'm just seeing these two with their faces together like that. I'm just like, come on, just give it to me. That sounds gay, but you know what I mean. I hope they showed this thing last week. Next week. Sorry, I hope they showed this next week, but I'm doubting it because of that ending, which is why I'm doubting it. When Doflamingo was talking to Diamante and Treble talking about, remember how Law was when we first met him, that he had them types, he was cool, he had them eyes, the same sinister eyes that Doflamingo had as well. And then we get to see a little flashback of Doflamingo first when he first met Law, and he was like, let me join your crew, all of that shit, that he wants to destroy everything in sight, including people, houses, everything, for the very fact that he came from a blank town and hasn't got long to live. And I don't know what type of shit happened in Law's background, but you know he came with fucking bombs on his body. What the fuck was happening to him? I don't know what the fuck, why he had bombs on his body. I have no idea. This is probably prior to him having his surgeon of death route, because obviously you could have just sliced all them bombs off of him. They're probably placed on him, I'm not sure. They're probably placed on his body by someone, some fucked up individual, but I'm not sure. But it was an okay chapter. It wasn't all I thought it would be. It wasn't like, oh, mind blowing. I thought we was gonna get some Sabo Fujitoro shit, but instead we got some little here and there puppy. It wasn't even all that great, I won't lie. It wasn't that great, but it was alright. I won't lie. It was good. It was good for what it was. I just hope we get to that Sabo Fujitoro, because I just want to see what level Sabo is really at. So yeah, it was an alright chapter. Like, yeah, smash my, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'm out.